Hello, welcome to another beautiful day on the trail. Today I am enjoying a snowy hike in Western Maryland Savage River State Forest. So I'm grateful for this trip to be able to spend a few days with my family. So getting out to enjoy all the winter weather. Walking on a bridge across Savage River right now. Such a beautiful day out here. It's a beautiful walk with the sound of the river and the surrounding rhododendrons. It's chilly out here, but not as cold as they're expecting next week, so I'm thankful my time here is now. So as the years have passed, I have recognized the value of going back to spending time with people in familiar places. So today's hike is giving me the opportunity to reflect and reset and refresh a little bit. I grew up in Maryland and frequently made the drive out to Western Maryland, specifically Deep Creek Lake, which is the area we're in right now. So we've had some pretty fun adventures. We've seen skunks, deer, black bears, foxes out while we're camping. We've rented condos or houses for years, often filling them beyond capacity because I love that my family's philosophy is always the more the merrier. We would even make the 3+ hour drive in the morning, ski or snowboard for the day, and then turn around and make the drive back home if an overnight stay wasn't possible. So this is a special place to me and my family. It was a very special place to my brother. He loved it. He always said this was what felt like home to him. And so to me as well, coming back here feels very similar to going back to the home in which I grew up. So it's really a comforting feeling. Coming back to what I know, the familiarity and the people that really know me and I know have my back. A few things to duck under out here. Pretty awesome. I love it. Makes it a real adventure. I love the feeling of the adventure. So to be honest, the weight of normal life gets extremely heavy for me at times. It's just been, there's a lot. I know many others can share in that feeling. So this getaway to spend time with family is giving my heart and my mind and my soul time to relax, to breathe a little bit. Gives me a chance to refresh my perspective and it's invigorating my ability to pick everything back up when I get back home, because it'll all still be there, and that's okay. That's life. So this change in scenery back to what is familiar doesn't change or alleviate or even erase, definitely not erase, any of my challenges. But they do rejuvenate my perspective. They're so important, and that determines how things go so much. This is a pretty spot of the river here. It's cool. There's a fungus or mushroom growing on this tree, and the snow landed on it. It's like little tabletops that caught it. Pretty cool. So in these times, I'm reminded about what is important rather than being caught up in all the struggle or busyness. And I feel encouraged about this life that I've made for myself. I'm reminded that while I'm facing challenges, they are mine to face. And I am triumphantly taking them on one day at a time. This is a pretty spot with a little fall action. Oh, we got fishermen out there. Very cool. This is a view I could sit and enjoy for a long time. So pretty. As we're now moving away from the river a little bit, the trail is going at a significant incline. So we were very flat. Now, definitely not. It's very, very much up from here. But I'm then thinking about, changes and how life has a tendency to throw us curveballs that can provoke us to wonder what we did wrong or question our choices we've made in the past. This is definitely true for me. Definitely not about this trail. I was anticipating a bit of a climb right here, but that's not always how it goes, and I have definitely questioned things. One of the things that I have struggled with is feeling like I missed opportunities to make life a bit easier for my son. But I have to accept that I can't change the past. Repeatedly, I have to accept that I can't change the past. So, just as I'm accepting this terrain trail change, with each step I'm going, I'm continuing to accept it and follow it. I have to do that with those life choices that I question as well. So I can't be so hard on myself, because I have always done my best for him. But we are constantly in a state of growing and learning. This is interesting. It's an over or under. We'll go under. So one of the recommended ventures that we have taken on for Caden is neurodevelopmental movement therapy. But it's a slow working process, slow working therapy. It's exciting though, because we have already seen some positive effects from it in just 3 months. So I'm thinking about this now because the idea is that the prescribed movements allow his brain to make connections and build neurons that are developed within the brainstem and cerebellum throughout childhood. So he's now 13. We're putting his brain back in that time when he would have made these movements and made those connections, giving his brain a different perspective, just like getting away for a bit, even if it's just for the afternoon, can give us different perspective. His brain's getting that same experience, going back from where it is now. So taking a step out of everyday life encourages a different perspective and increased stamina and motivation to keep going with whatever is before us. Oh, you're so pretty. Pause for a minute and look around. So fun to see the snow through the trees. So we have seen tons of deer prints out here. And then Caleb and Caden found some big cat prints. So not exactly sure what it is, but something different. Pretty cool. But the number of deer prints around are amazing. That's really all the tracks we see out here, other than the ones that we're making ourselves. So it's pretty fun. So, and it's cool. We had a brief time when we were walking through the sun, and it gave, I thought, interesting, a different perspective on the trail and on the tracks, and you could see where some of those deer tracks had melted a little bit because they'd been in the sun. So, here we have some other little prints. I'm guessing like raccoon. They look like something little. So as we were walking, this trail is actually very well marked with the blazes, but I was also thinking, like, a winter hike is actually really cool because you have your tracks to lead you back out when you're doing an out and back route. Because sometimes trails are not marked very well. So allows you to know exactly where you came from. So this is a really good trail though. There's a lot of climbing and plenty of obstacles to make it an entertaining hike. You have to really pay attention to where you're going. Started to have some downhill now, but I know it goes towards a peak. I don't think we'll make it there before it will be getting too dark. So we're just going as far as we can before we feel like we need to turn around. But yeah, these are all deer prints here. Let's see. So many deer running through here. It's really cool. And it also gives you better perspective of the depth of the snow in places too, and how solid the surfaces are, because there will be some places where it's very deep steps, and you know you're going to be going down when you step there, and other places it's not. So yeah, really cool. But love all these prints, and think about all the animals that are out here running around. Miss Lilu's up there waiting for me. Oh, this is pretty cool. We're coming up on the reservoir wall, dam. So Savage River Reservoir is over to the right up in front. But it's cool to see this wall on both sides. You know, it retains that water. But the water level is quite low in the reservoir right now. So nowhere near the top today. Snow is quite deep here. A little more difficult trudging through. But it is so beautiful out here. So peaceful. So I encourage you to think about, and I'd love to hear about, what helps you regain perspective of your life and your circumstances. What helps you feel refreshed? What helps you feel energized and ready to continue to take on the next day before you? So I'm going to continue on this wintry trail. Then I'll be looking forward to my next adventure on the trail with Heart.